You're watching Yellowstone in Depth.
It's been just a couple decades that the National Park Service has identified that natural soundscapes are really important. And I think that's a big reason why I was hired to work here at Yellowstone. My name is Shan Burson, and I'm a bioacoustic ecologist at Yellowstone National Park. Acoustic monitoring is just trying to understand the soundscape of Yellowstone. The approach that I'm taking is using automated systems that collect sound levels and digital recordings. So I'm setting up a new system here, and I've never used this microphone setup. I've had one similar to this. This is a stereo mic. I'll make sure I have the right channel heading north. People have been interested in sounds in parks for decades, but they really came to the forefront probably about 20 years ago when people started noticing mostly human-made sounds were starting to impact people's experiences, and then there was a concern of what it was doing to wildlife. This is the heart of the system, a digital recorder. Collects MP3s or WAV files depending on what I want, and I'm just going to hook this microphone right into this. So this is a recorder that will just do, it will be from now on for the next 30 days, it will just be continuously recording whatever these microphones hear. And what I'm trying to do is get an understanding of what the different sound sources in the park, both natural sounds as well as human-made sounds, and find out how much they can be heard and where they're heard. All right. And more or less what the effect is of especially the non-natural sounds on the natural soundscape. I've heard soundscape defined similarly to a landscape, where a landscape is kind of a view shed, what you can see if you look out over the land, and a soundscape is basically what you could hear if you're in a particular place, a particular time. A natural sound is any sound that's not made by humans. So all animal sounds, biological sounds, insects, birds, mammals, amphibians.
as well as physical sounds. Waterfalls, waves, thunder, those things are all part of the natural soundscape. Acoustic ecology is a relatively new and emerging field as we start to recognize the role that sound plays in the survival and reproduction of animals. Most mammals vocalize, and many other species of different taxa vocalize, and it's really important for their natural history, for attracting mates, for repelling competitors. They use their ears to identify by sound where prey species are, and prey species likewise use sounds of predators to try to avoid them. Over snow vehicles are vehicles that transport people on the top of the snow, on the snow surface. National Park Service, Yellowstone, wanted to know more about the impacts or the effects of over snow vehicle noise on the park, not only on the natural soundscape, but on visitor experience. Visitors were starting to complain about non-natural sounds. And if we have a lot of non-natural sounds, human-made sounds, it starts to really restrict what a particular animal can hear because these motorized sounds or non-natural sounds start masking communication. One of the satisfying things of working here is that the data I'm collecting, I think it personally is important, but also the park thinks it's important because they have modified some of the winter use plans for the managed use based on data I've collected. At this point, there's a restriction on the maximum number of over snow vehicles, both snow coaches and snowmobiles, that are allowed in the park each day.
I just set up a sound monitoring system just south of the headquarters in Mammoth with Canary Springs behind me. I'm setting this system up for several reasons. One is I wanted to get what the visitor experience is in the Mammoth area, as well as road traffic sounds. And so this site fit the bill quite nicely. It's a beautiful sunny day in the middle of winter. I think this is going to be a good site.
Yeah, I would like to ask visitors to take a short period of time and actually listen, be quiet in a place and still, and listen to the sounds of Yellowstone. And I think they'd be really impressed and excited about what they hear. Although many people don't come to Yellowstone with the idea that, oh, I can't wait to get there to hear natural sounds, that it makes a big impression on them when they're here.